Alright everyone, hope everyone's well. So I've got something a bit different today. I'm taking a break from the collection videos. So this is a bit of a response, I guess, to one of the bootlegger streams from a couple of months ago. Lee and Rob did the DC Universe with Pedro, and as you'd expect on a bootleggers stream, just a fountain of knowledge, both lads, and I think by the end of the stream, I had quite a few items in my in my trolley to check out. So yeah, bad influence. Right, so I've got some films, and I'm going to also show my graphic novels, and I've also in the last few months I've been starting to buy back some of the old comics I had as a kid. So first thing I grabbed, couldn't find it on Blu-ray, so grabbed the DVD, and it's Year One. So these are all. So it was a DC stream, but it's to be honest, I'm not a massive DC head, but I do like Batman. So it's all Batman stuff. This. So yeah, grabbed Year One. This is still sealed, but I have seen this. I watched this in the last couple of years on Sky. I do like an origin story. Yeah, Batman Begins for me is the pick of that Nolan trilogy, but that's just a personal preference. So on to the Blu-rays. I grabbed Gotham Knight. So this is 6 different stories written by 6 different directors. I'm not going to review these because I've watched them all bar one, just the once. So you know, just not even going to try and do like a cursory review, but just a few words on each. So the next one I grabbed was The Killing Joke. I know this does get some stick, especially for one scene in the beginning, but I thought this was alright. I wasn't expecting too much, and I enjoyed it. I'm after the graphic novel for that. This one, I think I had it on quite late one night, and I fell asleep. So this is Under the Red Hood. So I need to watch the second half, but yeah, I enjoyed what I saw. Right, next is the 2-part Dark Knight Returns. This took a bit of getting used to. Different voice actors, different animation style. It was something a bit different, but yeah, this is a really good original film. This is another as well that I want the graphic novel for. This one was a bit of a mistake, in all honesty. Death in the Family. Didn't realise it's actually an interactive film. So I possibly wouldn't have bothered with that, but there it is. If anyone has watched it, played it, rates it, then perhaps let me know. Right, this is the one I haven't watched. It's Assault on Arkham. I'm a fan of the games, so see no reason why I wouldn't get on with this. So yeah, we'll be giving that a watch soon. And last and definitely not least, this is the one I was looking forward to watching the most, and I weren't disappointed. For me, this is a pick of the bunch, and it's Gotham by Gaslight. So this is again, this is something a bit different, and all I'll say is if you're a Batman fan, then you need to watch this. You need to watch this. I'm not going to say much more about it because I don't want to spoil it for anyone that's not seen it, but you do need to watch this. Big thanks to Rob and Lee, because I've never heard of this, and it's funny. As soon as I saw it, I knew that I'd like it, but I didn't know I'd like it quite as much as I did. That was really good. Right, so that's it for the Blu-rays. There is a couple more that I'd like, but all in good time. So we'll just whiz through the graphic novels. I've only read one of them, typical me. So yeah, been buying these for years. The only one I've read is Year One. I will get round to reading them. Second one I've got is Gothic. Next we've got The Man Who Laughs. Does anyone know if this was any inspiration for, or if any of this was taken? Sorry, did this inspire in any way any part of the Joker film? Just putting that question out there. And lastly, The Long Halloween. Big old chunky one, this one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this, I believe this is getting turned into a film, possibly this year. But don't quote me on that. I'm not too sure. So that's it for that little lot. Now, as I say, last few months I've been tracking down some of my childhood comics. I did expect that I had these up in the loft, but I've been up and down having a bit of a sort out, and you know, over the last couple of years really, and I've never been able to find them, so I assume that perhaps they got chucked out or given away. So what I did is I just sort of googled bits that I could remember from the comics, and I managed to find out which they all were. I don't remember having these all individually. I think maybe I had them in maybe like an annual perhaps, but yeah, I've managed to track them all down anyway. So they're not all the most well known. Some of them are a bit obscure, but not as in the comics, but the stories and the people in them. So anyway, so the first one is Action Comics #1. So this is Batman and Superman. It's not really my cup of tea, but this, I've got a lot of nostalgia for the comic. So it's about this girl. It's all I remembered. I tracked this comic down by trying to find out about one. There was one panel, one scene in the comic that I remembered, and it was Batman and some quicksand. So that's how I found this. So that was the first one I grabbed. Next, I think that's one I've got next. Next was Detective Comics 583. So this is a story about a drug that's sort of tearing up the streets, called Fever. I used to be a really slow reader of comics as a kid. I mean, even now I do the same thing. Since he's arrived and I've read them, I pore over every page, just taking in the artwork and you know, the atmosphere. I think that's why I like the comics better, to be honest, because rather than the animated films, because it gives you more room to fill in the gaps, I guess, with your own imagination. So the bad guys in this comic are one of the good things as well about reading old comics is you get old adverts. So there's an old potato advert there. As I say, bad guys in this comic, and I think this is the first appearance of as well. I could be wrong. The ventriloquist and Scarface the Dummy. Right, so I bought that. Didn't realise it was a two-parter. So straight back on eBay. To get 584. So yeah, this is just the second part. I think yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Little Master System advert in there. Nice to see. So yeah, this is just the second part of the story. As I say, It's about a drug, and it's sort of causing chaos on the streets. So I couldn't remember a lot about the stories, but I remember sections of the comics, like seeing the artwork for the first time again, when I've not read this stuff for 30 years, and then flicking through it, just instantly recognise some of the artwork. Like this. So in the fight, Batman's been infected with a fever, and he's now lagging. So yeah, just brought it all straight back. Yeah, he's lagging on fever, but he just remember that. I mean, it's simple. It's simple stuff, but like the artwork, but it's just nostalgic and just brings it all back. So yeah, that was 584, and the last one that I bought is my pick of the bunch, and it's Brave and the Bold 200. Again, I don't really remember having. I don't remember any of the covers. I do wonder if I had them all in an annual, or perhaps if I'd picked up a handful of comics at a car boat somewhere when I was a kid, and perhaps the covers were missing. I'm not too sure. But this is a good story. This is probably my favourite Batman story. It's about this guy. Brimstone. His name is Nicholas Lucian. Now this is told in two parts, this story. So the first half of the comic, this is the guy here. This is the bad guy. So the first half of this comic is told. It's Batman and the Boy Wonder. So it's a little bit of that cheesy, campy, 66 sort of era Batman. So yeah, this just brought it all back for me. This scene, Batman's in a pit, and it's filling with lava and stuff. No spoilers how he got out of there, but yeah, get out of there he did, and they got their man. So that's the first half, and I forgot that the comic was like this. Now in the second part, there's a bit of a jump in the future. As you can see, the bloke's aged a bit, and we get more serious Batman. No Robin, and it takes on a bit of a darker tone. And yeah, just a lot of nostalgia for this. It's a really good story. In television advert on the back there, and this did cost me quite a few quid. I can't remember. I mean, it was over 20 quid. I think. To be honest, there's probably a few more I'm after, but this story, the two-parter on the fever break with the ventriloquists, and this one, it's a vampire story with Batman and Superman. These three stories were the ones that I vividly remember as a kid. I just read them over and over and over again. So I am just buzzing to have them back. I've read them all since they arrived, and yeah, there'll probably be a few more to come. So possibly another video at some point. But yeah, just to show a few bits off, something a bit different. So I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for watching, and see you later.